I am a certification junkie, or at least I was for quite a few years before I ran out of time to pursue certifications. I am an AIX certified professional, a Sun Solaris certified administrator. Bonus points out there for anyone who recognizes this one. A 3Com 3 Wizard Master. Let's see, I've got my Linux Plus, my Security Plus, my VMware Certified Professional, VMware Certified Advanced Professional, Cisco CCNA, CCNP, CCIE, the CISSP. Yes, I am a certified ethical hacker. I have my Microsoft MCSE, an AWS cloud practitioner, and more. There's a lot of certifications I'd still like to pursue. I love certifications because they give you a plan for some level of expertise or a technical skill that you need to obtain, and then they verify that you have indeed obtained it. So it's kind of like a badge of honor for yourself. But for employers, it's even better because it's an independent verification that you do indeed have knowledge on a specific skill. But before you get started with certifications, today you might feel a little bit underwater. Maybe not as zen as this guy here, but you might feel a little bit underwater in terms of your career in IT and maybe even your life goals. You might feel a little bit more like this guy here in the data center, just kind of overwhelmed by technology. And so that's why I think it's first important to just step back for a moment. I mean, certifications aren't a silver bullet. They're not going to just instantly get you the job that you want in the area that you want. Certifications are just an important piece of the puzzle. And the puzzle sometimes kind of looks like that. Maybe it looks more like this, but it doesn't have to be so confusing. So let me give you some steps, hopefully, to set you in the right direction when it comes to your career and your certifications. The first one being simply to have life goals. I mean, step back for a minute. I know it's really hard. It's hard for me as well, but have some goals in your life, and then let your career or let your life goals drive your career goals, and then let your career goals generate a career plan. And it's that plan that's really going to help determine what certifications you should pursue. So that career plan drives your certification goals, because after all, certifications aren't a career. They're going to help you in your career, similar in concept to, for example, a college degree or a university program. They're an important piece of the puzzle, but they aren't going to instantly be that silver bullet that some folks, kind of make them out to be. So let's talk about that a little bit more. Let's take for an example, that you have life goals, you have a career plan. You need to then match your career plan to skills. And skills are made up of a lot of different things, right? You don't instantly have skills just by going to a training class. You'll get a few. You get most of your skills through experience, through gaining competence and knowledge and hands-on, lab time or work time, working at a company, doing real-world projects. So skills can be difficult to obtain, that ability. And that's really what employers are after. Certifications can help you to obtain skills and help you to kind of map out those skills. But first, you need to have that career plan in mind. And there's a number of different directions that you can go. Of course, you could choose a managerial direction for yourself, and you might have skills like leadership, planning, strategy, communication, or organization as part of that. On the other hand, you could choose a technical direction where you might need to learn programming languages, operating systems like Linux or Windows, software proficiency like containers or Kubernetes or VMware vSphere. You might need technical writing skills, project management, data analysis, or engineering, depending on the technical direction that you take. So first, you need to kind of help your career plan drive whether or not you're going to go a managerial or a technical direction. And then from there, let's say that you go in a technical direction. There's a number of different job roles that you can choose from. It might be engineer or admin or developer, architect or support. Or maybe you go the managerial direction and then you have job roles like IT manager, project manager, director, or CIO. So keep those job roles in mind. And once you've used your career plan to identify the specific job role that you're looking for, I highly encourage you to go out there and look for specific jobs that you want to obtain. For example, maybe you want to be, let's say that you wanted to be a cloud engineer, for example. I went out to LinkedIn last night, looked at jobs out there, and identified this job from Citibank. This is a real job. You see the link there in the bottom for a cloud engineer. And so if we look at the skills that are required for this, for example, they're looking for database skills, knowledge of distributed clouds, software development, the software development lifecycle, CI/CD, Terraform, Ansible, and there are certifications around those products. And then specifically, they list out the AWS Solutions Architect, Cloud Security certifications, the OpenStack Admin certification, and yes, a bachelor's degree is an important part of the equation for obtaining this job. But don't just look at one job. Of course, look at multiple jobs because they're going to be different. For example, if we look at this job at Slalom, which is a large nationwide consulting organization for a cloud engineer. They're looking for someone well-versed in AWS, Azure, or GCP. You need to know how to solve cloud problems and understand cloud tools and automation. These are things that you would learn in a certification program. And then they do say that cloud certifications are desired, as well as understanding the business goals. Of course, that's always going to be important, and we shouldn't leave that out. But a certification in the case of this job could be highly beneficial, being well-versed in a specific cloud, being able to solve cloud problems, and use cloud tools. So once you've selected a certification based on your career plan, the skills that are required, you want to, choose a certification that's not only going to help you to learn something new. Yes, that's okay to do if you just want to, but most of us have limited time and limited money, and we're pursuing a certification to help our career. And so it's important to tie that back to our career plan and career goals. Of course, when choosing a specific certification, the factors to consider are the popularity of the certification. You don't want to always just jump on the bandwagon if it's something that you're not truly interested in, but the popularity of the certification is going to drive its value. Recruiters are going to be looking for that specific certification, and there's going to be a lot more resources available to you to help you achieve that certification. Blog posts, training courses, books, certification guides, all sorts of YouTube videos. A lot of different resources are going to be available based on the popularity. And then, of course, be realistic in the certification that you choose. If you're, for example, looking to become a cloud engineer, but you've never worked with cloud technologies before, choose an entry-level certification in the area that you want to learn, and then go from there. So let's say, for example, that you want to be a cloud engineer. How are you going to put all the puzzle pieces together? Well, first off, you have to look at the exam blueprint. That's going to be your master plan. So if we take the AWS Cloud Practitioner certification as our example, you go to the homepage for the Cloud Practitioner. You'll find right there on the homepage, there's information on the exam. This is a foundational exam. It's 90 minutes. It costs $100, which is a nominal fee. There is a $20 practice exam available. And then check out the exam guide. They call it the exam guide. I call it the exam blueprint. It's the same thing. This is going to be your guidebook for the exact knowledge that you need to obtain in order to prepare for this certification. and specifically hone in here on the domains. The domains tell you exactly the breakdown of what's important and what's not. And then thankfully here they detail in bullet form everything you need to know in each of these different domains. So this is a very valuable resource. I put this in OneNote, I break it down into different notebooks, and I examine every one of these domains and have intricate knowledge of every one of the bullets on the domain exam guide. And then from there, of course, you need to request support from your employer. I think this is important. Make sure you have their support if possible. In many cases, they'll help you to, set aside time from your day-to-day job to prepare. They might help to prepare for or help to pay for the exam or the materials that you'll need, the training courses, for example. And then from there, create a study plan. As we said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? So you got to have a plan when it comes to studying. Make sure that you gain hands-on experience. You want to go into AWS, for example, spin up an instance, create an S3 bucket, get some real hands-on experience. Don't just read. You want to have real lab time, get some real knowledge. And there's a lot of different ways to do this. Of course, you're going to schedule time to study. You're going to schedule that lab time, and you're going to take some practice tests. There's a lot of different practice tests available. Make sure you block off time on your calendar and set SMART goals. Of course, those are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. And then practice taking the exam. Pluralsight has practice exams. AWS Education has practice exams. And then block out time for the test day, and you will be prepared to pass and pass the first time. And once you pass, you'll be on top of the world. You will achieve your exam certification goals. Those will help you to achieve your career goals, and that will help you to achieve your life goals. Not only will you feel great and confident, you will have learned new and valuable skills, and very likely your paycheck will show it. Now, before we go, if you truly do want to learn more about cloud computing, I have to recommend that you check out my most popular course of all time, my Fundamentals of Cloud Computing course over on Pluralsight. It'll walk you through creating an instance in AWS, for example, an instance in Azure, creating an S3 bucket, and more. And then, of course, our friends at Pluralsight have some great resources. For example, if you do want to achieve the AWS Cloud Practitioner, they have some great study guides. They have practice exams. They have lab environments and video training. And then one of the questions that came in for this event today was, what should I learn for the future? What skills are going to be valuable in the future? And Pluralsight has a great blog post on this, the skills that you need to know for 2025, what's going to be hot, mobile internet, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, Internet of Things, advanced robotics, biometrics, 3D printing, genomics, and yes, blockchain. So make sure you check out that resource. And my final piece of advice is never stop learning. Continuous, never-ending improvement, and you will have a great career. If you want to check out any of my Pluralsight courses, there are 90 of them over in the Pluralsight library, just 90 of the 7 to 10,000 maybe plus courses in the Pluralsight library. And also, don't forget to join us on upcoming ActualTech Media events. We've got our MegaCast, EcoCast, and Summit events. This is a great way to stay up to date on the hottest IT events, the most cutting edge technology out there. Get all your questions answered with top experts in the industry and have a chance to win our incredible lineup of prizes at ActualTech Media. You can do that at events.actualtechmedia.com or just watch your email inbox for invitations to our upcoming events. I hope to see you there. Have a great day, and don't forget, never stop learning.